What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Lewis versus Daukaus. Prediction breakdown, guys. Before I get started, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my Patreon account for all the face-off picks, all the prop parlays, all the combination parlays. And also, if you want to, you can also donate to this channel too. The link's down below if you want to, but you don't have to. But it does help out the channel, right? Last week card I did pretty good, man. I think I went straight, almost for a flush. I went straight to all the prelims, and I believe 2 of the main. So I went straight. I think I hit maybe 10 straight. So I did pretty good on that. This card here is a little bit tougher, but I'm staying positive, and I did my homework on this card. I watched the fights. It's good to watch fights, like always, because some of these guys you probably could say, oh, maybe this guy is definitely going to win until you watch the fights, and it doesn't turn out that way, right? Also, before I get started here, guys, I want to thank some of my subscribers, man, for subscribing to my channel and also donating to my donation box, right? I really appreciate that. Some couple guys donate to my PayPal. All love, guys. I really appreciate that. It does help the channel out, and I will do my best as always to make better predictions. And also, some people subscribe to my Patreon account too. Enough respect for that too, guys. I really appreciate the love. I will do my best to make better videos. If the energy come in, I push the energy back to you guys, and that's how it works. You know, you help me, I help you, I help you, you help me, right? That is how the world go around, right? We all are one, we all work together, and we build, right? Zoo, he donated. Enough respect for that. Give a shout out to Christopher for subscribing to the Patreon account. Enough respect for that. Like I said, it doesn't matter. It could be a dime, 10 cents, whatever it is. Whatever you can drop into the box, it doesn't matter. Whatever little helps the channel out, and it makes me put more energy into the channel and more time to the channel. So the more people throw in $1 here, quarter, whatever, is the it's the majority that's donating. Doesn't have to be a whole lot from one person, could it be the majority does donate, and then then everything adds up, right? It's the accumulation, the mass, right? So I really appreciate the love, guys, and enough love going back out to you guys, and let's knock this out, man. So this is a slightly tough card, but we're gonna jump into it and get it done. What else I want to say? Also, yeah, that last card there, I forgot to mention something. The last card I did pretty good on it too. Like I said, I think I mentioned already. I went 11-3 in that last card, so I kind of redeemed myself from that 4-9, like I said I would. And I was super confident in this card, UFC 269. I felt it, and that's why I said. And I could have went better than that. I mean, Cody Grabat I mentioned, with chin. You know what I'm saying? And Kaya France had a good chance. The Jeff Neal and Ponzinobo, I probably still went with Santiago still. Pena and Nunes, like I told you, high odds, and Nunes. And Nunes, like I said, if she gets tired at 135, she does kind of gas out. And if she gets tired, Julia Pena could come back, and that's what happened, right? So those are the only 3 fights that I missed there, guys. But then Charles Oliveira won by 3rd round submission, like I said. So, like I said, guys, when I'm feeling these things, I can get the winner and even the outcome. That's just how I flow. I have to feel it. Am I feeling this card here? I feel it, but some fights I'm not too sure in. I'm kind of like back and forward, but I do feel it though, and I'm confident in myself, and I'm always confident in everything that I do. I know I don't doubt myself. So even the feelings is not as strong as the last card, I still believe in my work, because that's the only way you're going to shine. You have to believe in what you're doing. If you don't believe in it, then it's not going to happen, right? If you believe it, then you will achieve it. So you have to believe in what you're doing. So let's do this, man. We got Meerschaert here versus Jourdain Leavitt. Mateusz here, coming out of Cruz team there, out of Dominic Cruz. I don't know if he still trains with him though, but I remember He was over there training, right? He can get flat-footed in his fights. Look to strike in the pocket, more slip boxing and leg kicks. He's inactive though, having fought since 2019, which this is a similar thing for Leavitt when he fought when he fought that guy that I know, I forgot his name, man. Oh man, when he fought Claudio. Claudio hasn't fought in a while. You know, he's been out for a little bit. Yeah, from 2019, and he came back. So it's like, you know, the guy's young, both guys are young, they have time to better the skills. You know, if it was a veteran guy, then maybe he may fight the same way. But Shields could improve from his last fight. You know, he's a guy that can get taken down, more striking base, but can get taken down and kind of get kind of flat. So this is a guy that can get submitted. In his last fight, he got a twister put on him. I mean, you're getting twisters put on you. That doesn't look good, man. That's like getting a Von Flue choke on you. But I think the twister is worse, though. Because a twister is something that you gotta... it's something you can see coming, man. And sometimes you can see it, but you just can't stop it, you know. But I mean, you should be able to. You know what I'm saying? If you're a skilled fighter, you should be able to stop a twister, man, because you have to wrap up the leg in one kind of way and then reach over for the head and then pull the head into you with the arm around your neck. So this, so, you know, first you got to put the hand around your neck, then pull the head in. So I mean, there's so much movements to it. The move is telegraphed. So a skilled fighter is supposed to can see that, man. So I'm not sure what's up with that, but it happens, you know. Happens to the best of us. His opponent to Leavitt, Jourdain Leavitt, Jourdain Dirty Dancing Leavitt. And I had time of my life, and I never felt this way before. Okay. Alright, Dirty Dancing Leavitt. Just joking, guys, just joking. He will look for the submission here, guys, definitely. He loves the ground. Striking still in the works, though. He's going to have the 2-inch of height and the 4-inch of reach. So he's going to have a massive reach and a height over Shields. Man, Leavitt striking needs work, though, but what I see from his sales, though, man, he can't stop takedown, and Leavitt is pretty good on the ground. Claudia gave him problems because Claudia had a good ground game, too. And that's the thing. Claudia could scramble and then reverse. And Claudia's strong point is the ground. So, you know, Leavitt had a little issue with that. With Shields struggles on the ground. I mean, as I said, he hasn't fought since 2019. So he could have improved with his ground. Like Claudio improved from his last fight. You know what I'm saying? So this is a fight where, guys, I'm not confident in it, man. To be honest with you, because Shields could improve. But I'm going to go with Leavitt, though, man. I must say Leavitt by submission in the second round, but I'm not confident, man, because Shields could improve in the fight and come back. And then if Shields can sprawl and Leavitt and stop the takedowns, Leavitt might be in trouble. Because Leavitt striking is not a level of Shields, in my opinion. I mean, again, Leavitt could have improved, too, you know. And then show something different in there. But I like Leavitt, though. Second round submission, all right? Next fight here, guys. We got Dante Mays versus Just Person. Mays here. Mays has improved, man. This guy has improved a lot. Speed advantage on him. He's striking, doesn't look bad. 2-inch of height, 2-inch of reach, which is massive. Fights long. But he can get submitted, though, right? Both of these guys fought Rogue for the last fight. And Dante looked better against Rogue here. But not good to look at the fights like that, because one guy could look kind of horrible and that guy looked really great, and then the horrible guy beat the great guy. It happens, right? His opponent here, Parson. Parson, you know, he will keep the jab on you, but he backs up a lot, and he backs up a lot in a straight line, and his chin is high up against the fence, and he's hittable, right? And he fades as the fight goes on. He slows down as the fight goes on, and he's hittable. What I see from Mays, I can see Mays could pull off a decision here, or I could see even a knockout by Mays. But again, these are both big guys, man, and 260 something. And I'm not confident in this one because, I mean, both guys are learning and they're getting better. But it's still a fight where it's not a. Man, I mean, both guys are decent, man, but just the level may not be as a high level of fight. You know, but both guys are getting better, though, right? And eventually it could be a higher level fight. But for right now, I'm liking Mays. And I'm going to say Mays by KO TKO, guys, in the second round. Not confident at all, all right? Next fighter, we got Raquel Pennington versus Macy Chiasson. No, I mispronounced that. Raquel Pennington here. Experience, physically tough. But she's hittable though, and can get control against the fence in the clinch, but she can also control you against the clinch too. Control you against the fence with the clinch. I'm all over the place, guys. She's a brawler though, but her brawling is kind of controlled with a lot of forward pressure there, so it's not just like swinging it recklessly. She will control the brawling, right? If you guys know what I'm talking about. Now the true guys know, the real dudes know. All right, so so like I said, she will pin you against the cage and control you, right? And a lot of forward pressure there, and she just keeps the pressure on you. And she's a tough fighter. She's tough and she's durable and experienced too. Her opponent here, Macy Chiasson. I know I mispronounced that. Alright, so Macy here, I'm gonna have the 4-inch of height and a 5-inch of reach, which is freaking massive, yo. She's gonna be hovering over Pennington. She has a potential and she's well-rounded, but she can drop the ball low, right? And she usually drop the ball against experienced fighter, like her last fighter against Lena Landsberg. When a fighter is very experienced and they can basically, just go through the storm, just go through the hard weather and push forward, most likely she will lose a fight. And that's what Lena Landsberg did. She just weathered the storm and took some shots from Chiasson and just take her down and beat her up. I can see the same thing from Pennington. I can see Pennington actually doing that, just pushing forward and take her down and beat her up. It's possible. But again, the height and reach could give Pennington problems, but Macy Chiasson striking, to me, is still learning, is still coming along, She has a ground game there, but if you look at Pennington Tate on defense, it's not looking bad. It's getting better. And if you look at Pennington record, I mean, even though she lost some fights, but she have fought some tough women, man. She fought a lot of the champions, Holly Holm, Irene Aldana. She fought Maron Renee, Pennington Kazaz. She fought Germany Radamine, Amanda Nunes, Meerschaert Tate, Jessica. She fought almost everybody. The girl is experienced, man. And Macy, I mean, she fought some girls here and there, but she's not as experienced as Pennington. And just the pressure, man. I mean, Shanna Young, she lost Elena. I mean, just the pressure from Pennington and experience that should win her the fight, in my opinion. So I'm going Pennington by decision, but I am not confident because Macy has a reach and height on her, man. And you never know if she can keep Pennington on the outside and pop her jabs and stay long. She could win, but most likely Pennington would close the distance and put her against the cage and beat her up and probably take her down, in my opinion. But I could be wrong. Decision, Raquel Pennington, not confident. Next fighter, guys, we got Charles Jourdain versus Andre Ewell. Jourdain is a decent striker, but he gets wild at times, out of control. His techniques can get out of range. He's not pinpointing where he's throwing his techniques, right? Kind of miss a lot there. Lots of forward pressure, and he's can be hittable at times, right? His opponent here, Andre Ewell, is going to have the 6-inch of reach on him. 6, that's a lot of reach. Doesn't handle forward pressure too well though. He's a decent striker, fights long, can't handle leg kicks, heavy leg kicks, and he's hittable. And he will fade after first round, man. So if you got forward pressure and you can go get in the pocket and land strikes, you can beat Andre Ewell. If you can beat up the legs, you can beat him. Right? He has footwork and movement, but he can't carry that for too long. He can carry it maybe first round. And after that, he doesn't do too well. And a guy like Charles Jourdain is going to keep pressure, and throwing over hands and pressure. And Charles Jourdain's striking is not bad, but like I say, sometimes he misses. But if he can close the distance and land those shots, he can win off of points or even get a knockout in this fight. So I'm going Charles Jourdain here, guys, by a KO TKO, guys, in the 3rd round. And I'm not confident because Ewell got a 6-inch reach. And if Ewell is able to can keep Jourdain off of him, he could win the fight. Okay? Next fighter, guys, we got Sijara Eubanks versus Melissa Gatto. Eubanks here. Let me see here. Physically strong woman here. We're going to be the most experienced woman here in the UFC. She's undefeated though at 125. That's one thing I noticed. She fights at 135 too, but she's undefeated at 125. BJJ black belt, heavy-handed, mentally tough, won't give up. And we look for the takedowns. All right, she doesn't have no submissions though, but she can get it though, but she don't have any yet, right? Her opponent here, Melissa Gatto. Gatto's gonna have a 2-inch reach here. Kind of man of Chechenko's sister. Her frame. What's the sister name again? Oh man, I forgot her sister's name. What's her sister name, man? Come on, Valentina. Yeah, she reminded me of Valentina Shevchenko, right? Her frame. If you look at her fight, you're gonna see what I'm talking about on Fight Night. Just check her out on Fight Night, and you see what I'm talking about. You know, she has this, at least to me, the exact same frame, the same body structure, right? Her thing is the ground though. She's gonna look for the submission, so she will look for takedowns and look for submissions, but she can get reversed on the ground though. Like her opponent, her Veronica was reversing her on the ground, and basically Gatto was on her back. She don't want to be on her back against Eubanks. Eubanks is a BJJ black belt. She don't want to be on her back, and Eubanks would throw down heavy freaking ground and pound, man. She doesn't look bad, but you know, like I said, she can get put on her back. BJJ is a thing. I believe she may have judo too. I could be wrong about that. I think she has judo. She will also look for the submissions, but doesn't really pack any power in the stand-up though. Right? She would throw long. Kind of remind me of Valentina Shevchenko, like I said. But, you know what I mean, she don't pack the power though. You know what I mean? So with Eubanks here, man, I mean, Eubanks is a tough female at 125, man. She undefeated and she looks dominant at 125. She looks strong at 125, and that's what she was doing back in the Ultimate Fighter here. Was at 125. That I see she hasn't lost. That is when she shine. At 135 though, she don't do too well. So I'm liking Eubanks here, guys. I'm gonna say Eubanks by decision. She's kind of confident, but not really too much. Yeah, because Gatto got a little 2-inch of reach, and Gatto doesn't look bad. But the experience go to Eubanks, the physical strength, experience, and just dominance. I just like Eubanks with it. I think Eubanks can put her on her back. So I'm gonna say decision by Eubanks. I'm not confident, guys. Next fighter, guys, we got Justin Tafa versus Harry Hunsucker. Tafa here, heavy hitter, but can get flat-footed, can get low volume, and kind of slows on the fight. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, this is a guy, if he catches you, he can catch you. But, I mean, he slows down, though, and if he doesn't catch you, he's just, the fight drags on and he loses, right? Hunsucker here. Hunsucker seems chinny. I mean, he's not that durable. He can get hurt by just any shot. Can't handle a shot, swings heavy, will gas out in the fight. Let me see here. But he seems to be more well-rounded though. I believe he has a BJJ black belt. I could be wrong about that. I think he does though. Or wrestles or something like that. So he could take this fight to the ground, but I don't really see Tafa really getting takedown. I think Tafa takedown defense is not that bad. And if he gets takedown, he usually scrambles back up. This is a fight where, man, with Hunsucker, man, I mean, I think it's a short notice for him too. It's a guy that you touch him, and I feel like he doesn't really have a chin. You touch him and he goes down, man. It's not a short notice for him. I'm just, I don't know, man. Both guys are just, it's a toss-up, guys, for both guys, to be honest with you. It's not a fight that you really want to, you probably want to fade this one, man, to be honest, man, because it can go either way. I mean, Hunsucker could come in here and then pull off a decision, and Tafa could knock out Hunsucker in the first round. So, but I must say, Tafa, guys, in the second round, KO, TKO, but zero confidence in this one, and be very careful because Hunsucker could get a decision. Okay, be careful. Next fighter, guys, we got Ronnie Barcelos versus Victor Henry. Ronnie Barcelos here is a very good fighter, man. I'm high on Ronnie Barcelos, even though he lost his last fight against Timur Velev, but I'm high on Velev too. BJJ black belt here, decent striking, high level skills, speed advantage. He's gonna have the speed advantage over Henry. He's a very good fighter. Victor Henry is a short notice. He's a well-rounded guy though. He doesn't look bad. Keeps the pressure on you. Lots of volume, but he's hittable, and he will look for the submission or the knockout. This is a durable guy, having never got finished, and he's good in every department. But on the foot though, I like Barcelos' movement. Barcelos have good movement. Henry has movement too, but sometimes he gets stationary. And at that moment is where he will get hit. And sometimes with Henry, he leaves his face open, his jaw is up, chin is up, and he can get countered. So for those reasons, I'm liking Barcelos for the win here by decision. And I'm not confident. Am I confident in this one? I mean, I have not confident here, but yeah, I'm confident in this one, guys. I mean, I believe Brasilis can win. I like Brasilis here. I'm actually high on Brasilis. Confident in that one, guys. Next fight here, we have Gerald Merchant versus Dustin Stoltzfus. Gerald Merchant here looked good in his last fight, man. He proved all of us wrong because everybody, I guarantee, was going for Murdoch. Everybody and their mummies and daddies and cousins and uncles, they were all going for Murdoch, including myself. And Gerald made us look like a fool, right? He proved us wrong in that one. He basically outstriked the guy, and also he submitted him by rear naked choke. So Gerald Merchant here is known for his submission, but his stand up, you know, from the last fight, man, it's gotten better. But Gerald is still hittable though. Just keep that in mind. He can get knocked down and dazed, but he will get back up. But he's not durable on the foot, so keep that in mind. Yeah, he beat that last guy, but there's still holes there. So, but he look like he's been working on it though. So as long as he work on it, then he should get better, right? Gerald Merchant has been knocked out. Submitted 8 times, so he's a guy, he has submissions, but he can get submitted too. 25 by submission, so that's the majority of his wins there. 3 by knockout. His opponent here, Dustin. Dustin loves the ground. He will look for the submission too, but his striking is suspect. Suspect striking, man. If he comes in and strike the way how he fought in his last fight, I can see Merchant pulling off a win here. And his takedowns at times look suspect too, like, you know, he would like just fall down for the double or a single, that kind of drop for it, but doesn't really set it up well. He can get control against the cage. I like Gerald Merchant in this spot, and then also Justin will also gas out. I like Merchant by submission, guys, in the first round. All right. Am I confident in that? No, because as I said, Merchant, he could drop the ball, man. I mean, like I said, he looks good in his last fight. He's got 2 winning streak. He looks excellent, but you know, you just don't know. You know, he's not a guy that is like consistent. You know what I'm saying? At least in the UFC. So I'm liking Gerald Merchant. I'm gonna say Merchant by submission, first round, guys. Next fight here, we have Darren Elkins versus Swanson, which is a tough fight to pick. This one, I had a problem with this one, guys. This card is a little tougher than the last card, guys, so be careful with it, okay? Darren Elkins here is a zombie, straight up zombie, straightforward, eat shots, strong wrestling base, sneaky on the ground though, and will get your ankles, will get the heel hooks, will rear naked choke you, he will submit you. He will submit you, okay? Striking needs work, man, still need work. But I mean, he uses the striking to set up his wrestling, okay? And the guy's a grinder. It takes a lot of freaking damage. It takes too much damage though, and his name is Damage. So figures, right? His opponent here, Swanson. Swanson, man, I don't know. He's just not looking too great. Yeah, he's not as durable like he used to be. He can get a hurt to the body. His losses are showing it. But he's fighting tough guys though. Decent movement, experienced guy. I mean, Cobb is a veteran, man. WEC, remember WEC way back in the days? He was in WEC way back. 2007. From all here, 2020, 2010, the UFC from way back. But, man, Cobb, I don't know, man. I mean, I feel he can beat Elkins. But also I can feel Elkins grinding him out, man. I can see, like, Cobb like striking with Elkins, but maybe land some shots, and Elkins get all bloody up, and he's like, look like he's gonna get knocked out, and all of a sudden Elkins jump on his back, probably get a rear naked choke and take him down and submit him. I mean, that is my vision. So I see second round submission, and it could be a rear naked choke. I mean, that's what I see. I mean, I was going for Swanson by KO/TKO in the second round, because also Elkins is a durable guy though, even though it takes a lot of damage, but he's a durable guy. But you know, he can get knocked out too, but he's not really been knocked out that much like, you know, people would think. I believe he's only 3 times been knocked out. So I mean, it's bad, but it's not as bad as 10, right? So, but he hasn't been. Last time he got knocked out, 2018. I just feel Club is on a decline, man. And Elkins is on a decline too, but I feel Club is on a more of a decline than Elkins is. I feel Elkins has something strong here, which is takedowns in his submission game. Swanson has the striking too, but I feel Elkins can absorb some of those shots and just take him down and submit him, man. Second round submission, guys. Maybe rear naked. All right. Next fighter, we got Diego Ferreira versus Mateusz Gamrot. Ferreira here is a pretty good fighter, man. 4-inch reach, which is massive. BJJ black belt, well-rounded guy. We look for submissions. Will slow down though, and he's an experienced guy. Striking has gotten better. But I see here from Gerald Galipsi, he just kind of faded in that second round, right? I mean, it happens. Gerald Galipsi is not a bad fighter, right? His opponent here, Gamrot, a very good fighter here, man. Very well-rounded guy. He got the skills here. I felt he won his fight there, though, against his opponent here, Gamrot. Yeah, I felt he won that one. He's a very skilled guy, though. Hard to find any weakness in this guy, man, to be honest with you. If you take it to the ground, he got good ground game. His striking is not bad. I feel his striking is better than Ferreira's striking, and I feel he's a quicker fighter here, right? So Ferreira may need a submission, but Gamrot ground game is not bad. So experience-wise, has to go with Ferreira. I mean, that's the only thing I could give Ferreira his experience, but skill-wise, fighting-wise, I mean, I have to go with Gamrot, man. I mean, I know Ferreira could get a win here, man, and that could be one of the. I don't know who the odds is, who the higher odds are. Maybe Gamrot, but Ferreira could be underdog, man. That's how these cards usually go, man. The experienced guys come in winning. But I'm gonna go with Gamrot here, man. But I'm not confident, and Ferreira could win. I'm gonna say Gamrot by decision, but Ferreira could win, guys. Be careful, okay? Next fighter, we got Raphael Assunção versus Ricky Simón. Raphael Assunção here is a well-rounded guy. Striking more of a Machida karate kind of base there. Stephen Thompson, Wayne Gitchy kind of form, kind of techniques. He will look for the submission on your BJJ black belt, but he's declined though, man. This guy has been declined. You could tell on decline. 2018. After that, he just doesn't look good. You know, got a knockout here by Cody Gamrot. Yeah, he just hasn't been looking good, and he's hittable and he's slow at the movement. He's going to be the slower guy here. Ricky going to be the quicker guy, strong wrestling base. Ricky's a grinder. Can also get the submission, and his striking doesn't look bad. I'm liking Ricky Simón here for the quicker guy, and just the guy that's going to grind. Doing a take on Raphael and avoid the submissions. But most likely Simón wins, in my opinion. Next fight here, guys. We got Amanda Lemos versus Angela Hill. Amanda Lemos here is pretty good, man. At 115, man, she looks really, really freaking powerful. Skill, technique, quicker fighter here. Her hands, her boxing is powerful. It's like Amanda Nunes, it's like Chris Cyborg kind of power. She used to be at 135, but don't look good at 135. And once she dropped into what, at 115, she's dominant, man. She looks powerful and she's quick. Leg kicks, head kicks. Punching combinations, everything about her looks nice. Her opponent here, Hill. Hill is experienced, striking base, kind of a Muay Thai, can get taken down and can get submitted, but she's been working on a takedown defense. She's going to be the more experienced person here, though, the more experienced fighter than Amanda Lemos. But man, from her last fight here with Tisha Torres, man, she looks like she's slowing down. She don't really move like she used to. Sometimes she can get flat-footed. She's gonna be slow at the punches, and what she's doing sometimes I notice she's kind of punching and she's kind of pushing her head downwards. So she's kind of like closing her eyes when she punch, and like her face is there to get hit. And against Lemos is the quicker fighter with timing and precision. And if she can set the range right in that first round and get the timing right, she can catch Hill with a punch easily. She's a quicker fighter. You know, Luma's going to be the quicker fighter here. And the way Hill fights, man, she duck her head downwards and her face is open to get hit. I mean, when I'm watching the fight, I mean, I feel like Hill could win this off experience because she can do it. Like what you see against her fight against Luma, even Arena. You know, she beat those girls that, you know what I'm saying, have decent records here. And if you look at Lemos is a 10-1, but man, I want to pick Hill, but when I watch footages on both women, I'm like, damn, Like Lemos looks powerful, quick timing, her distance on the range, like she knows her distance on the range, and the power is like it doesn't take much. If Hill comes in and fight like how she fought Tisha Torres, she can get caught with a punch, man. I mean, anything is possible though, but I'm gonna go with Lemos though. But don't sleep on Hill, because Hill could win this fight, guys. Okay, I'm not sure about Lemos though, because of experience. But I'm gonna go Lemos by KOTQ first round. Not confident. Co-main event here, guys. We got Stephen Thompson versus Belal Muhammad. Stephen Thompson here, my boy Stephen Thompson in the house. Karate base, accurate striking, nice footwork, knows his distance in the range, timing is good, well-rounded guy. His ground game has been getting better, depending on who he's fighting though. Against Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns was bouncing up and down the feet, kind of light on the feet, and was getting takedowns at the end of the round. He pulled off the fight by a sneaky decision, right? Stephen Thompson has a smart fight IQ though, and he usually learns from his mistakes, right? Stephen Thompson is also going to have a 4-inch reach, which is massive in this fight, right? Massive. His opponent here, Belal Muhammad. Belal Muhammad has a wrestling base there, but doesn't really use it as much. He likes to stand up and strike, right? Striking, it doesn't look bad, but still needs some work. Will look to grind with the wrestling at times, but doesn't really use as much. He gets flat-footed though, and that's something you don't want to do against Thompson. If you look at Gilbert Burns was always moving in and out. Gilbert Burns was I believe Raymond Daniels helped out Gilbert Burns for that fight, I believe. So he was light on his toes, moving in and out. He knew what to do in that fight to stay out of Stephen Thompson's range, right? Or don't let Stephen Thompson set up on him by just keep on moving. But if you look at Belal Muhammad, he gets flat-footed and he kind of swings well, and just his face is there to get hit. Kind of flat-footed, and his striking is predictable, man. And then with Thompson, you can't be like that, because he's gonna read you like a book. Every move that Belal Muhammad makes, Thompson is gonna pick up on that, because his movement is predictable. He's basically gonna telegraph everything he's doing, because he's not. First of all, he doesn't have no bunks in his feet, right? He's not really feinting or doing anything to kind of, knock Stephen Thompson off balance in a kind of way where he confuses Thompson. He's basically just sitting there in front of him, basically, and just throwing his hands, trying to maybe headhunt or go to the body. So it's easy to read. There is no lateral, there is no circular movement, there's no bounce. While Stephen Thompson is going to be bouncing and in, out, in, lateral, throw some feints, switch his stance. It's hard to read that, and easy to read Muhammad. I'm liking Stephen Thompson for this one, guys, and I'm confident in this pick. I'm going to say Stephen Thompson by a decision. I'm confident, but I'm not going to underestimate anybody. I mean, Belal Muhammad, he can win the fight. He could if he implement a little bit of what Burns did and go for takedowns. You never know. Belal Muhammad might come in here with a more of a bounce and more in and out, like keep on moving. But I mean, Stephen Thompson is a good striker, man. He's a good martial artist, and he's skilled, and he learns from his mistakes. Man. So, I mean, again, anything is possible. I like Stephen Thompson by decision. Confident play, guys. All right. Derrick Lewis versus Chris Daukaus. Derrick Lewis here, freaking heavy hitter, man. This guy is freaking heavy hitter, durable, can take a licking, and he looks like he's hurting the fight, but he's like tricking you, and he recovers quickly. He has a one-hitter quitter, man. Has a little brawling style to him, but man, if he lands the punches against your chin, you're gonna get knocked out. That's just basically, and he loves to counter. He's a guy that likes to counter a lot. And actually, like I said, he's quick. He looks like a big guy, and he is a big guy, but he's quick. And he's got quick mwashigeris to the head, too. He got quick freaking front kicks, quick overhands, and he cover distance quickly. So there's a guy where you might say, oh, he's a big guy. Oh, man, he's not going to hit me. Then all of a sudden, bam! He just underground and waking up. Like, you're looking around wondering what happened. Like, what the hell happened? And the fight's over. That's it. Or you just don't wake up for a while. So this is one of those fights, man. You can't estimate your opponent. His opponent here, Daukaus. Daukaus is a BJJ black belt here. He's a well-rounded guy, and he got quick hands, and he's a pretty light guy here for the heavyweight. It's like a lightweight here at heavyweight, basically, right? He quick hands, can get the takedowns and has submissions. he has the skills to beat Lewis. But the only thing about this fight is that the experience. And I feel that Lewis has mad experience, man. And Lewis has faced guys like Daukaus already, and maybe even better than Daukaus, in my opinion. Right? So, I mean, Daukaus, I mean, he hasn't really fought nobody. I mean, Aleski Olnik and Shamil, I mean, Nazimento. I mean, you know, Nazimento is not really an experienced guy either. You know, lost to Chris Daukaus. You know, so, I mean, it's a fight where, man, by just looking at it, you may probably think that Daukaus' speed, you know, is going to win. When you watch footages, though, you see little holes in Daukaus. That's why I like to watch a lot of videos. I always watch videos, man. If I don't watch videos, I don't like breaking down fights. When I don't watch videos is when I mess up on the fights. Watch as much videos as you can, much of the fights you can. Even the interviews are good too. The thing about I see about Daukaus is that he can get countered. That's what I noticed. His defense is not that great, especially when he's trying to land a punch. You can counter him, which is obvious. And sometimes he trades shots, like you hit me, I hit you, and you can't you hit me, I hit you with Lewis, because Lewis is gonna hit you, and then that's gonna be it. And Lewis will counter him, guarantee. And I see him do it in the first round. In the second round, I see him do that. He take hit for hit. So if he's gonna play that game, and he's kind of flat-footed, doesn't really move around a lot. He will move, but when he's fighting Lewis, he's gonna be flat-footed perfectly for Lewis. He's gonna be set for Lewis perfectly. He has to be moving like how Lewis' last opponent there move. Sarah's game. You have to move like that because you gotta get Lewis tired. You can't stay in front of a guy like this. The guy is raw freaking. Lewis is raw freaking power, man. Raw power. Not the most technical guy, but the man can hit. I mean, if he and obviously he trains and his skills has been getting better. I mean, the guy has a lot of fights. I mean, and he fought tough competition and he knocks them out. And he can recover and come back and win the fight. So Daukaus has a chance here. I'm not gonna sleep on the guy. I mean, he has a chance here. You know, I'm not gonna underestimate anybody, but man, I see some things from him in his striking holes. Doesn't really move around as much, and he can get countered. And if he sits right in front of Derrick Lewis like that and just try to throw a punch like that, Derrick Lewis is gonna catch him. So I like Derrick Lewis, man, by KO TKO in the second round, guys. And I'm not confident in this one because Daukaus is quick. And I would say his hands are quick, right? And he would change up the pace on you. He will move towards you quickly too, but he doesn't consistently stay on his toes like Derrick Lewis' last opponent there, like Sarah's Gain. He doesn't stay on his. He doesn't move consistently. He moves like in spurts. Same thing with Lewis. Lewis moves in spurts too, but Lewis is the heavier hitter here, and if Lewis connect, I feel he's over. So KO TKO by Lewis in the second round, guys. Quick look at the odds here, guys. See what we're working with. Oh man, check out the odds. Odds say so. We're working with what kind of crazy odds are going to give us now? What is this? Okay, that's something else. Tight. Okay. Leavitt and Shells. Okay, 125 plus. Okay, it's an even fight. Even fight. They got shares a little bit on the dog, but it's an even fight. I'm liking Leavitt, but again, it could go either way, guys. Be careful. Mize and Josh Parson. I'm liking Mize here, but I feel it's too high, though. You know, both heavyweight guys, it's too high. I would say Mize, like maybe like close to even, maybe like 150, 140, very close to even. Because Parson could get a win here, man. So be careful. Both big guys, both heavyweights, doesn't take much. Raquel, Pennington, and Chiasson. So they see what we see. They see what we see. They like him. Raquel at 160, 170. Macy Chiasson has a chance here, man. Reach advantage and height. I would say a little closer, guys. Maybe Raquel still favorite, maybe like 150, 140 around there. Macy has a chance though, so be careful. Ewell and Charles Jourdain. Okay, so they like Charles Jourdain here. So let's see what we see too. I think Charles Jourdain too high though. To me, this is an even fight with Ewell because Ewell got a reach, and Charles Jourdain gets kind of wild, man. But Ewell You see, when you have fights like this with a guy like Andre Ewell who can fade in the fight and break under pressure, then you got Charles Jourdain, who is kind of wild, but then he will swing recklessly and can get out himself and spend his time trying to get a knockout, and he doesn't get it. And then Andre Ewell just went off a jabbing, and just moving around and win the decision. You can't have the fight with Charles Jourdain at 200. It just doesn't make any sense. It don't make no sense. Same thing with Raquel Pennington. Yeah, she's tough, but she can drop the ball if Macy can stay on the outside. So this fight here is an even fight, guys. Charles Jourdain is too high, so be careful because Andre Ewell could win the fight. All right. Melissa Gatto, Sarah Banks. Banks is at 160, some side of a 180. Really, I don't disagree with this, man. I think Eubanks is going to be a tough fight for Gatto, in my opinion, especially at 125. She's good at one. She's undefeated at 125. So I don't disagree, but still be careful. Hunsucker and Tafa. Come on, man. Dude, come on, man. Tafa's too damn... No. Tafa too damn high. This is a Tafa and Hunsucker is a head or tail even match. Hunsucker and Tafa is an even match, dude. No way, man. Come on, man. That made me want to go with Hunsucker after seeing this. Why is Tafa 300? Does that make any sense? That doesn't. The guy is not. He's not thin. The guy is not consistent, man. And I believe he's only won one fight, right, or something like that. He only won one. I think it's like 1-3 or something like that. You can't have a guy so high on an odd because you feel like he's gonna beat that guy. You feel like Hunsucker is gonna go in there and win. He's like, yeah, he's 1-3 in the UFC. I mean, if you look at Hunsucker, he's not. It's the same thing. He just got knocked out by recently by Tato Savasso. Lost in the contender series against Gerald Vander. Guys, no, the odds in here is all messed up, and it's an even fight, heads or tails. I have Tafa, but I could see Hunsucker winning, to be honest with you, so be careful. Heads or tails though, but I got Tafa though. Okay. Running Barcelos Henry. Damn, Barcelos is high. I like Barcelos though, that's my confident play there. I like Barcelos, I'm high on Barcelos, man. So yeah, I mean, not bad, but be careful. Any fights that's super high in odds, be careful with them, even though I'm confident in it. Darren, Stoltzfus, and Gerald Merchant, 240, 250, no. Because Gerald is not consistent. You can't have him so high. Dustin could come in here and win. So Gerald, not at 240, man. Gerald maybe it's close to even, man. Gerald is a guy that he's not consistent and he dropped the ball, right? So I would say Gerald maybe like 150, maybe 140, 150, kind of close to even, but Gerald being the favorite. All right, so be careful with this one, guys. Cub, Swanson, and Elkins. So they got Swanson in the favorite here, huh? I could see that. I actually had Swanson winning too, but I went to Elkins though. This is a fight where, man, this is an even fight, guys, because Swanson could drop the ball and Elkins could drop the ball, so he neither guy here should be so high on the odds. I thought this would be more even fight, but yeah, it's an even fight for me, guys. I disagree with the odds. Be very, very freaking careful because Elkins could win. I say Elkins for the win, but be careful. Carlos and Gamrot. Gamrot's favorite, of course, and Carlos underdog like I knew it would be. Gamrot, I can see Gamrot winning. I don't see no holes in him. I don't see no weakness really. I mean, I'm not sure how Ferreira gonna win. Maybe by submission, possible. But I don't like the odds in Gamrot though. I think Gamrot is too high. I'll probably put Gamrot maybe like 160, 170. But be careful with this one, guys, man. Alright, because Ferreira could edge a win by possibility. Alright. Simón and Raphael. Okay, Simón obviously the big favorite here. Yeah, actually I don't disagree with Simón being a favorite, man. Even at 200. I feel Raphael is on a big decline, man. Simón got the speed, got the wrestling. Just to avoid the submission. Lemos and Hill, I disagree on the fight. I disagree on the odds in Lemos. Lemos is too high. Because Hill you know, she could edge up. She could edge a win here. If she can get takedowns and just pull the fight into deep waters, she could pull off the win. Because Lemos is usually a first round finisher, but she looks good at 115, like I said, and she got the speed advantage, and Hill doesn't look good. You know, from her last fight, you know, she looks slow. Her put her head down when she's striking. She's there to get hit. I wouldn't put Lemos so high though, because the experience of Hill, and we see this all the time and time and time again. We see Hill winning. We see Ferreira winning. You know what I'm saying? Like underdogs can come in because these guys are experienced. And Lemos is not experienced as Hill. So she being 300 is ridiculous. Be careful with that one, guys. And I could see Hill winning. But be careful, and I disagree. And I disagree on this. I'll probably put this fight maybe 150, 160. Because Hill can win. I would have Lemos as favorite, but Hill can win though. Belal Muhammad is Stephen Thompson. Stephen Thompson 200 straight across. I really don't disagree with this. I feel like Belal Muhammad is there to get hit. Doesn't move his foot enough, and time and speed, distance and range from Stephen Thompson, the setup techniques from the outside and deliver. It's gonna be there, man, and the footwork. I like in this fight. I like in the odds in this one, and yeah. Chris Daukaus and Lewis, they got Daukaus as favorite. Figured they would do that. What the hell? I see Derrick Lewis winning this, guys. I see Derrick Lewis winning the fight, man. But could be wrong though, but I put this fight as an even fight, and I put this fight actually I put it a close to even with Derrick Lewis leading. In my opinion, I feel this fight could be set for Derrick Lewis to win it. So I'll be careful with this one, guys. Just to be honest with you. Be careful with this one, man. Because like I said, Daukaus is there to get countered. The way how he fights, the way how he comes in, he's there to get hit. Yeah. I'll put Lewis as favorite, but close. Because Daukaus have the speed in his hands. And he fights like a lightweight. Like a light heavyweight. But he doesn't move his feet as much. He just fights in spurts. So be careful with this one too, guys. And when I look at the odds here, man, the odds look kind of messed up on some of the fights. So the odds are too high on the guys, meaning that there could be some upsets, man. There could be some upsets here. Leavitt, May's favorite, Raquel Pennington, Jourdain, Eubanks, Tafa. I mean, Hunsucker probably could win. René Barcelos probably win that. Gerald Merchant, Dustin could probably put up. So I'm saying there's like Swanson. I have Elkins. Gamrot Ferreira could pull it off. Simón most likely get that. Lemos and Hill, you never know. Hill could get a win there, and Thompson. So there's like 2-3 underdogs that could hit on this or 4. Like I said, guys, check out my Patreon account because I will have my face-off picks in there, which I may make changes, and I'm going to have some prop bets in there too. So you guys check that out, and I appreciate the love, guys. I appreciate the donations to the channel, and you guys keep on kicking, man. And one love out to everybody, guys. All right.